Oh, okay, folks, and here we are. I've been doing a little bit of tweaking on the live streaming, and I found that apparently I was using twice as much bandwidth as I needed. Number one. The second thing was this keyframe interval. I had it set to auto, so it was doing silly things. And once I've this is a little bit of a test stream to see how things come out, and it feels a lot less laggy now. So that's probably a little tweak. But I use it for recording because you get better quality on the recordings. So it's just something to remember when I'm doing things. Anyway, so this little Skaven guy's an ally, and a little bit later on, usually Epic comes out with its little freebie packages. So uh, I'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see what they're gonna give out to everybody for free today. It's always fun to have free stuff. I can harp about it all I want, but it's free. Da, 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 da. Let's put some mana into this guy. There we go. Yeah, what was I doing over here?
Before your king.
Okay, we got this guy here, and then that guy there. Can he reach too? There, come on, click on him.
Submit to your king.
Can't see. Get over there. This is where it gets difficult. I think it was Q. Yeah, there we go. We can turn the screen around a little there, so I can see what the heck I'm doing here. So he can move to there.
Unliving march.
I'll turn it right around, and then move over this way. There's another thing about this game. I like moving these things around.
Citra does not serve.
No. He kills things. Sorry, dwarves.
For Nehekara.
Must have your mountains.
Wipe them out. Glory for Henry. Suck it for Citra. At last, more power. King of kings.
He got a level. Yeah, and I was gonna say, it's nice to see when somebody gets monetized, when they get their first little paycheck, how happy they are, and that they put money into their little, I guess, operation or whatever you want to call it. That's one of the things I like about YouTube is seeing when somebody gets their first little paycheck and they do a stream and they're all just woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You know, it's like a kid in a candy store in that sense that they're just, oh my, I was watching Geeky Candy there, and she's showing off the little things she's buying for stuff and capture cards and and whatnot. And not going too cheap on things, right? That's part of the whole thing, right? Well, what do I want to do here? Let's see here. Track bonus. Let's see, 185. Physical resistance, yeah, we'll take one of those. I'll start beefing up my army. I will do this too. Gotta get some public order. Jeez, my throat's really just today.
Victory, yes!
Let's go over here for a minute. Look at the little doodads. We got one there. Enchanted items, armor, weapons. What piece of armor can I get?
Son of Nehikara!
And this guy's gonna just stay right where he is. Then we go down to the other lords.
Address me as your highness.
This guy here I'm building up. So let's see, do we have anything in here? Yes, we do. Oh, the whole game just froze. Come on, you. Why is it not giving it? Oh, because it won't be there for another turn. Okay, I was like, oh no, it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm gonna build him up to be a crazy army. So we gotta start thinking troops, different things. Let's get the growth going then. Growth. My mouse keeps going funny on me today too, eh? That's like Microsoft chimps trying to play around in your operating system again, like they were doing when they tried to upgrade everybody to Windows 10. Which, I know a lot of people that still haven't done that. Oh well, I back up everything I got here anyway, so I'm not worried about nothing. That's why, you know, no one bothers me with stuff like that, because they don't get a rise out of me for it. and that's a little message to most of you that have any issues with anybody. You know, once you stop getting affected by it or bothered by it, nobody gets any laughs out of it. It suddenly becomes less funny, and then people stop doing things. They go move on to someone else they can bother that they will get a rise out of. And if you're a parent and you teach your kids stuff like that, they're going to go so far ahead in life it'll make your head spin, right? All right. They just have a better attitude about life and everything else in general, which is kind of the way of, oh, I was just kind of, you know, and if you're asking, well, what are you talking about that for? Well, it's just some other people that seem to be having a hard time, and somebody asked me to help them out, and I kind of interacted with the people that they were having problems with, and they're decent people. They're just, you know, trying to have a little fun along the way, and it just happened that he ran into some people, and they wanted to have some fun with them, and people reacted, eh? And it's like, stop reacting. And they go away. Problem is that, of course, some of them just go running right to YouTube and get crybaby-like and all that jazz. It's like, just leave people alone, man. It's just, That's why I like Kay. She's such a happy person. There's another Asian person I watch that has cats, and it's just strange that YouTube. It's strange that an AI will pick stuff like that out and give it to you. You know, it's like, what? Anyway,
Priest King
we'll leave
of
that lord
greatest
alone.
dynasty.
We're gonna leave that lord alone for a few turns while I grow the army ability up now.
My will be done.
Oh, these guys. Okay, let me have a look at what's going on over here. Oh yeah, I gotta get my map pointed the right way too. Hold on a minute here. There we go. That looks normal. I have my brain going, why is everything sideways? These elves are gonna be not fun.
Advance!
Hmm?
Find my harem.
Who's that? Who is this? Come on, click it.
My faith in you wanes.
I gotta take care of that, don't I? Well. I don't have time. So we bring him here.
Tomb King.
Okay. Research. What do we got here? I'm worrying about that for now. I will, however, take this guy. And that's the turn. So 720p, according to YouTube, takes 2,500 bits per second, just for everybody's knowledge. When I record, I do 5,000, so double quality. And I increase frames, of course. You can go better because you're not doing as much. Sort of pop out of here and see what's going on. So that little shooter thing I got going there, and I'll explain to some of you what the biggest problem is with it is they got a company called Quixel that they bought, and it has all these textures that you put onto different games or not games but assets and stuff. And the problem is that they use a third-party program, and I find out that this third-party program uses cookies. Okay, now this is a real problem. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, that is a security risk. So they have all the textures in your marketplace thing where you can grab stuff for free, but they're in 50 gigabyte or anywhere from 10 to 50 gigabyte packs. So he did it. No way he's taking that. Come on, get over here.
Land of the dead.
Come on. Saves me from having to do it. Yeah. Oh no. Wait. What am I doing? I want that. There we go. Okay, now back down over here.
Highborn.
Will he move?
Address me as your highness.
Come on. Oh my god, come on. Click it.
Find my harem. Destroy all!
Look at him go all the way around there.
Attack and destroy! Nehekara will be mine. The treasures are mine. Bathe me in power. My will. I alone shall restore Nehekara.
Filling all this stuff. Okay. Come on. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Take some public orders. Coming up good. We'll take growth. And money. Oh, see, my mouse went stupid again.
Victory! Yes!
I'm serious, man. Microsoft chimps, stop it. Or I'm gonna have to come and pay you a visit. Say, stop. Stop. In the name of lunch. I got an idea. Do this. Get some stuff and spray this little thing here. Constantly cleaning things. Constantly cleaning things. Okay, who's this guy? That's in the north. I don't like
You
that.
fool a chief in the world!
Uh-oh.
Zog off!
That doesn't look happening, does it? Come on, scroll down.
King of Nehekara.
Stop. Stop. Come on. 7 turns. Okay. Jesus. 5. Yeah, I'd say we're in trouble there. Hold on. I'll bring an army up there and beat him up in a
darkness comes.
Just keep doing that. Building up, building up. Increase the growth. Yes, yes. We'll get to those guys at the end. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Let's see, what else can I build? I got 573. Go back. Okay. Yeah. Anybody own this up here? Nope. Alright. Want you.
King of Tombs.
You go up here and take that.
Advance!
Yeah, I know. See what I mean about why it's so dangerous in the mountains?
Perish!
Haha. Your army didn't get back quick enough.
My wrath! King! Scepter moves!
Oh my god. It double clicked on me. It double clicked on me. Freaking game. Now I'm pissed. Really pissed. Really, 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 really pissed. Come on then, you stupid thing. You wanna click? You wanna click? Click, 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 click. Arrgh. This is what lag is all about, man. Come on.
Sceptra the imperishable.
Jesus, Murphy. Get in there.
Slay for Sceptra.
Occupy it, you reject. Now I gotta fix that.
Everything.
Shouldn't have left the building in the first place, you dummy. Unyielding will. What's that one? I don't like that one. Come on. How come that didn't appear before? Oh, it's because I sacked it and got some money. Alright.
Land of the dead.
Yeah, now I got a damaged building to worry about.
Unliving curse.
Which I can't afford right now. Yay. Come on. I clicked. So yeah, another thing that the older gentleman, Claude, who I was helping to get monetized, he got 280
What tribute
subs
could you possibly
in a few
offer
days.
other than abject subservience?
But some other idiot decided to try and hack his email accounts and stuff. And it was it's like how I have it set up, where as soon as anything goes on, you get alerted to it. And it's how most people nowadays have things set up, and it makes it so that literally you're stupid for doing things like that because you're gonna get caught. Now, if you're using a proxy server and they don't log, then you don't get caught. But at the same point, you're not going to succeed. And that's one of those things where the days of 1990 when tech was just so easy to freaking hack, it was a joke. It was a bloody joke. Are pretty much almost over. I mean, there are stupid things that tech companies do that should be called out when you encounter them, right? And this cookie thing, and doing it by an app that then goes to another outside site and comes back and there's a lot of man in the middle stuff that can happen here, and I don't like the idea of that kind of setup. They should take Quixel's website, spend the time now that they bought them, and put all that stuff up at the marketplace, okay? Each item, okay? And have a field called Quixel, and you can go in there and you can individually grab every little thing in the way that you do with Quixel. I know that's a bit of work, Epic, but believe me, you want to really push the future where everybody's going to be using you. That's the way to do it. And I noticed that they actually now have a link down there in the setup that I can change where my vault is. Now, I'm going to do some questions on that, because let's say I clear off 320 gigabyte in my on one of my external hard drives here. Could I just, like, say, download all the Quixel stuff into my library, right? Copy, and then into that hard drive, right? And for speed, okay, then have the vault move over to, and then say move the vault over to my hard drive, and not have the Quixel stuff in the library, but keep that on my hard drive. Because if I'm able to do that, then you're backing up your vault, which is, and when I need to use a Quixel thing, I can just switch it over to that and take a couple things and bring it back. Because if you're able to do things like that, that's a move forward, right, for developers. And then I could just, spend a week downloading all their junk and putting it onto a hard drive, basically, and then Yahoo, like, this is where, okay, we get a little frustrated, we get a little angry, we yak, and then it gets back down to business where we get a little constructive on how we can move forward to solve the problems rather than just harp about problems. This is one of the things I say to people. If you have a problem, don't just talk about the problem. Try to come up with a solution, so when you're talking about the problem, you have the solution, or at least try to, and people will pick up on that. Okay, that's one of the things why, and then you don't sound negative either in that sense. You're trying to take the negative into a positive. You see, that's one of the greatest caveats about a lot of movements or protests or something, is that they're just harping about bad stuff and they don't come up with any solutions. It's not a constructive movement unless it tries to find a solution. I'll give you an example. So, all this recent stuff about Star Wars. So, okay, you've seen what Disney does with Star Wars. You don't like it, right? What are you going to do about it? Because I'll tell you right now, Disney doesn't care, right? Like, if they cared, they wouldn't have done what they did. Huh? Okay, so we get by that point. The second point is, what are you going to do for sci-fi and fantasy, all right? Okay, if all the corporations are doing the same thing that are ruining it, well, you better start thinking about guys like me and other people who said long ago, I actually, and I'm not kidding you, my journey, okay, to this point right here, started in 2004. Yeah, 2004, when I started learning about X264 video editing. Okay, and that's 2 years before any of you even knew about it. Somebody had leaked the X264 codec, which was worth about $6 grand American, to a small group of 30 of us, and we started playing around with our old DVDs and stuff and backing stuff up and going, holy crap, this is great. This is great. We can get so much quality out of such a small size. We're gonna just keep it for ourselves, right? Well, look at the world. It's all, you got MKV that I use here. You got all this other type of video, and yeah. But I long ago realized that Hollywood wasn't going to be, my entertainment, and so therefore I started getting into game coding and doing different things like that. A bunch of us got together and we were looking at MUD code, multi-user dimension code in the 90s, and there's this God Wars code that it was unworkable, right? And the guy, he gets free code from the rest of the people, and then he tries to use legal loopholes to stop people from using his code. So we went in and bug fixed and fixed all his code. We literally, if you take a line count of code, we took something like 85% of his code out of the game and recoded it so that it worked. And then we released it, went to Wikipedia, and he started giving us grief there by trying. Every time we made Wikipedia articles, he would change it. So I went to the Wikipedia people, got verified by them, okay, so that, like, if I go in there and you try to change an article that I make, it won't work. And we had this tip tap there, and I said, listen, by Canadian law, I changed your game code 85%, and I only need to change 70% for it legally to be mine. Okay? Therefore, under Canadian law, I am releasing your code, what's left of it, in this that was free to begin with. And it was one of the most popular games out there called God Wars, and it took the White Wolf stuff from Mage the Ascension and Vampire the Masquerade, and there was two other ones too that it was part of, and it was so trippy because back in the day it was just brutal game. You could cut someone's hand off and then cut your own hand off and then put their hand on it, and you would get a power that they had because of that hand or something. It was just what the hell. Yeah, it was a very trippy game. Now, I got thinking, that some of that old code they've updated over the years, but it's a security risk because of the types of logins and other different things. So when we're to update that and then put it into a 3D-ness kind of thing, you might have some fun there. Because there was a lot of neat things that they built, especially the online creation and different stuff like that. I don't know, I was just flipping around thinking about things. What's this guy want now? This is that red colored guy over here, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do, excuse me for a minute, as soon as this loads in, is I'm gonna go over and beat up that vampire that was bothering my people. I will run right up the coastline here now and conquer everybody, and then I'm gonna take this guy out eventually too. Just, yeah. He did. He took it on me in between the turns. Little bugger. He could have taken there, and he ran down here. Smart ass. Let's see here. Is in the stream here. Hey, Snowball. How you doing, man? Let's see here. Got a question for you. Should I delete parts of body underclothes, bro, in Blender? Like, what do you mean by body clothes? Like, so you're in Blender and you've got a character model, right? And it's got clothes on top, right? Those are what's called the texture. Okay, you can change that. Um, let's see, should I delete parts? You know what you do that makes that easier? Let me see here. Where's my Discord? I'll post my Discord later after this stream, right? And then get in there, and then you can show me some screenshots of what you're doing, and then that way, um, I can see what you're up to and give you better advice, because it's kind of hard to tell what your body underclothes, because base models, sometimes what you do is you have like um, like the character model, right? And they have like, they just have skin and underwear pants on, right? And then you put clothes on top of them, right? And you're thinking that you just delete that. That's actually a texture that goes on top of it. Like it becomes part of the skin of the person, right? It's not really even a thing you put on. It becomes part of the guy's chest, right? It's like a, how do I say it? Like if I was to show you uh, the Paragon models, right? You can take see, they don't have clothes underneath, right? That actual outside is them. So if you were to take that off, you'd be deleting them. It's kind of a, but there are some models that you can put a jacket on to the guy or whatever, or other parts, right? You in Unreal, you socket stuff on there like weapons and things like that. But it's hard to tell what you need to do without seeing what you're up to, right? I should give you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to advertise Jim Cruvy's Discord, because he does the rigging mod for Blender that's free, and that's, and you say, what's rigging? Rigging is when you have the character standing there, you create these things inside the character called bones, and it's with those bones that you do things like move the hand and fingers and arms and legs and head and eyelids and all this stuff, right? This is, and he's making a thing free for Blender that uh, makes it easy to do this. I think if you know me well enough, you know the struggles I've had to get something in Blender made or done via rigging. It's one of the, I've spent so much time now in Unreal that I've pretty much forgotten a lot of Blender stuff. Like I had just started back into Blender, okay, when it went from 2.79 to 2.8. So I'm sitting there doing all these tutorials when they changed the user interface. So all the big guys are having to relearn the software at the same time and doing tutorials. So they're going back to the beginning, and I'm like, I don't need to know all this other stuff. I just need to know how to do this, right? And I got into some heated discussions over it, right? And then I find out it's Blender, and what they're doing is they keep putting features into shit and then releasing a new version and changing the little bits of the user interface. It was just, I couldn't do nothing, right? How do you learn something when every month they come out with a new version? And then the tutorial you have is no good, and you got to go back to the guy, and he's too busy doing other stuff, and you just, it's part of them getting a big chunk of money and going all happy about being able to do all these features. It's great. It'll settle down, I think, by this year, and then I can get more serious about Blender again. And this is why when I was talking earlier to Jim, about getting some people together, it's because one of the things is then I could say to Jim, I says, if we need any rigging, and then you're the man for the rigging. And then I look at different people doing different special effects in Blender and stuff, and I could say, well, you would be the person doing wormholes. You would be, you know what I mean? And then different little things like this, right? And you pull people in that are doing little things like that, and then you make you output something that looks really fantastic, right? And you do this, you know, maybe once a month. I think once a month might end up being the realistic thing where we output stuff, right? And I'm just taking a break from the game there. Oh, look at this. I'm going to get into
To
a fight
battle for the Creator!
here. Let's see here. Yeah, let's have some money.
The
Anyway,
desert gods bless
would
me!
be a realistic thing because then it allows everybody to, if they got something else to do or other projects that they, you know, it doesn't hinder them. And the other idea is that it then allows, you know, things like voice acting, proper writing, you know, like you don't want something that's shit, right? What the hell is this? Monument to Geb. Monument to Geb, sir. I think that'd be good. Where is he? Did he live through that? He did too, eh? So I don't see where he's rating. Okay, wait a minute here. He won't be able to do much. Okay, how we doing here? There we go. And the growth will be up there, so we'll go like this. Let's do this. Alright. Okay, get over here. Did I go down on? Okay. Let's see here. Let's put this. Come on. Give me the army guy.
Summon them! Your king demands!
Ooh, if I colonize, I'm gonna have almost no troops. Watch this, I'll be just dead.
Tomb King of Neheka.
Ow. You know who ain't moving anywhere for a while, right there. But yeah, and the other thing is I've got even one of my old gaming buddies that I used to play in Warframe. He's doing a Unity project, so I'll have to see what he's up to as well. And see, I'm trying to show him off all the things that Epic's doing in Unreal, and there must be a reason. He's probably being paid, I guess, maybe to do something. Maybe, I don't know. See, the thing with Unity that I see, okay, is a lot of the people, and I'm not going to say all of them, I said a lot of the people that do Unity stuff do what's called asset flips. They just pull stuff in, make a game, throw it up on Steam, and then say, give me some money. And so what happens is they get a couple of grand, and that's, you know, and then they just rinse, repeat. And that's why Steam sometimes is just a terrible place to do things. Saw another thing where somebody's running around getting people banned for doing critical reviews of their stuff, right? Well, meet the Streisand effect. Okay, bring this guy through here.
Now we go!
Okay. I gotta repair this place. Can't afford it. Yep. There we go.
Son of Nehikara.
Yeah, you just stay right there. Research.
Power in unlife.
I'm going to kill you.
Shatter their bones. Send the chariots. I forbid this. What? You dare. Not even Nagash can challenge me.
Let's see. Hey Stevie, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? You know. Yeah, I sorted the delay issue on there and any little error that I had, so that's cool. It was showing some. I was using too much bandwidth. I was using double the bandwidth that is needed for 720p. That's funny. It's fun to have unlimited internet, isn't it? Yeah. So usually in about another, let's see here. I'll go maybe about another 45 minutes, so do an hour and a half stream. Because then I got to start keeping an eye on Epic for what they're going to give out free today and whatnot. And it's usually around noon hour they do things. Yeah. Yeah, Kay dropped by there yesterday in my stream. Boy, isn't she just the happiest person you ever meet? You know? It's nice. It's nice seeing various people like that around the internet. I've run into a few. They're rare. They're rare. They just go along in life all just happy. Nothing seems to bother them, you know. They spread all their. It's just like a radiation of happy. You get in the trenches with all the morons, and then you come out of it and going, "Oh, cool." I'm out of cigarettes now. This is a problem. Uh-oh. Yeah. So, let's see here. What do I want to do? Your ally has been attacked. Which ally? The aggressor's this guy. I'm gonna click him on the map. Where is he? Way up here? There was some kind of war up in the north here, where I'm nowhere near it, so it's kind of like, I don't care. He seems to be happy with me anyway. Oh yeah, run away, you little chicken. Well, it's an ally, never mind. Yeah, I'll make, once the epic stuff comes out and I show it off, then I'm gonna do a little bit of a compile for, this little game thing to see what the AXE would be like. Like, it's a fully functioning, like, little mini shooter game. It's you know, I'm gonna put some ramps and different things in there. I spent 4 hours yesterday on Epics in my library, looking for trees. Nobody realizes how important trees are to things. I was like, wait a minute here. What's going on? They made like this all but the top parts of trees are made in this one pack. I was like, so what am I supposed to do with that? Okay, stop that. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Oh. Go back. I want to see what this dummy's up to. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's got himself a little bit of an army now. Okay, come on. Get out of these stupid little things. I want to see, where is that? Numas, eh? Okay. Enough of you. Where is Kemri? Kemri's up here above there, right? So we got an army up here. We'll bring that down. Stupid vampires. You know, you can't let them live long and prosper.
Attend your king, slaves.
Okay, we'll bring you down to here.
Is my throne ready?
Get in there! I need to speed that animation up. It takes way too long. Yeah.
Submit to your king.
Ooh, look at all this stuff. Takes 2 turns though. Don't have time like that. Just build my army up as I go. That's it. Okay. Where are these 2 guys? We're gonna fly up here. Okay, wait a minute. Get over here. Come on, you. Stop that. Will it let me? I guess I'm done moving.
Do not betray your king.
Ugh. No, it won't let me. Yeah, this vampire's... Okay. Just fly around. Yeah, so these little fixes I did today for the live streaming has made it a lot better. I'm going to have to remember them so that when I do recorded videos, we'll test out what the quality's like. And I'm using 48 frames a second, which is also not too bad. Oh yeah, Lord, not Lord. Oh yeah, I'm just going around my little places to see what I can build. Where is that? Money. Money. Over there. What to do in Kemri? Wait a minute, go back to Kemri. So we're done there. So I gotta do this. Slide the bar over. See, even that's less laggy. That's cool. So too much bandwidth on your streams will lag you. That's something interesting to remember. Okay. What else I want to do here? This gets really involved, you know. People were looking at this game going, wow, this looks pretty complicated. And I'm like, yeah, it starts to get there. Different little silly events to start off. And okay, we're just going to keep throwing money into things. Yeah. You know. Can I get that? Can I get that? No. I don't have the money for it. Yeah, and Stevie, when I get this little project going where I need some voice actors, I think your voice and your persona as well as Snowball and SB Gaming and stuff. Some of you guys, I like your personalities and your voices, right? So we'll find what I'll do is I'll put all the Paragon characters into a scene and ask you which one would you like to pick that you think would kind of fit your, you would like to be in a movie or something, right? And then we'll go with that. This is kind of a neat thing, right? And here's the kicker: every single person that's going to help in the project, okay? Um, we're going to do a thing where we go. I don't know how many videos we're going to do and how the story will go, but there's going to be a series of videos, and every single person that helps, that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to put one video up on their website exclusively, so that as you're going along and you're following this little thing, you're going to have to go to Stevie's site, then Snowball's site, then SB Gaming site, then my site, then Jim's site, then you know what was the writer's name that I was talking to the other day? I forget. Anyway, then his site, then and each person will have a little paragraph describing themselves and what their bit is in the thing, and then at the end of it all, maybe we'll do a kind of the making of, right, where how all this came to be and put together and stuff like that, and the reason I'm doing this kind of thing is showing you and everyone else here on YouTube kinds of things that we could be doing and not costing ourselves a lot of money, right? Most of this stuff before last year would have, like I'm saying, if you put a dollar amount to buying all this stuff that was free, you're looking at probably around $18 million. So imagine you just got handed $18 million for doing special effects and graphical stuff. Okay, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna learn how to do all of this stuff, Captain, and I'm gonna have some fun, right? And this is where then there's a thing where there's some sci-fi fans, so I might say to some of these Band of Menace people, hey, listen, don't worry about Disney. Just, don't be harping on Disney. Don't worry about it. Let's come on over here for a minute. Let's do this and show some of your fan base what'll happen if Disney doesn't start and the big boys don't start giving us what we want. We'll make it ourselves. Right? Bring some ladies in on some of this stuff, right? From over there, and have their voices in on things, because I've got some female Paragon characters, and then we have some different things. And what I'm trying to do right now is get to a point where I can do planet generation or little open world maps that we can have a little fun with and see how multiplayer works in a game setting, and actually go into the game but record the game and have it be part of a little movie. You could have little things like this, right? Little scenes and cutscenes of because this little mini game. What you don't see that I did right after I posted that video was I started putting the bots into the game, into that map, and they were chasing me around trying to kill me. It was like, quick, hit the cheat button there, give me automatic weapons and unlimited ammo, and yeah. And that's another one, right? So it already comes preloaded with some maps. I mean, the whole point is that it'll go from whatever map I start with back into their maps, and you cycle through it and you get kills and everything else, right? It's a neat thing. And I watched another tutorial on how to make characters fly, and the downside of this is that most of these tutorials never go and tell you everything you need to know, because the biggest part of that tutorial was something that you had to go to a third-party website, and I'm pretty sure it's a paid website now, where if you would have to buy the flying animation that you would then import to Unreal Engine and then attach to the guy. Okay, this Mixamo website thing, and that's unfortunate. I got a lot of animations for free from Epic, but none of them do flying like that and stuff like that. Usually it's just people walking around, crouching, doing various things like that, right? Mocap stuff, they call it. Anyways, long story short, that's, neither here nor there. But that's just the thing. There's a core group here that I kind of trust, I kind of like, and I get along with, and I visit your sites or your channels all the time. We converse a lot, and this is where I got to kind of also be a little bit of a gatekeeper on this situation, because you don't want to get the wrong people in either that are just going to screw around and do nothing and try and get a credit somewhere. Like that's not what I want. I want everybody to be a contributor. And even if you're just, you know, somebody who would be a voice actor in something, right? Well, that's still contributing. And if it's a mainstay character, then you're going to have to be a bit more involved, right? Let's see here. We'll put this guy up here.
Legions, move!
Is this guy healed up? All those guys? Yipper. Let's get over here. It's hard to see that yellow line, isn't it? Put him right there.
Serfs!
See, he can go up there and take him. He can go over here and take him. Yeah, just stay there. Don't worry about that. Let me do this.
Yes, Your Highness.
You are so dead.
Kill these wretches! To battle!
That's overkill big time.
Witness my eternal majesty!
Okay.
The realm of souls fills with my foes.
Such a happy
Servants.
army, eh? The realm of souls fills my bones. Get up there.
Make way!
I'm gonna kill you so fast and hard. Get up there. Die.
The day of awakening comes.
We're gonna leave his army down here just to keep an eye on these silly people over here. In fact, I may send them down here because public order. Come on. Oh, maybe he attacked it. Yeah, he did. Okay. Lord, not move.
My harem.
Get out of the way of that stupid pop-up menu. You know what's coming, don't you there, Vampire Man?
To greatness.
Stop.
Nehekara rises from the sands.
Kind of neat to have some of these guys. It's gonna be a good little army when it's done. Excuse me.
be done.
Okay, okay, now he's letting me. That's weird.
Prepare the crypt.
Go down there. That way I can see who, if anything comes out of there. There we go.
I alone shall restore Hekara.
Now public order comes up. What's it like over here now? Okay, that's the way we want to do it. That solves a few problems. Now, let's have a look at my little empire while I'm here. Come on. And this is the whole map from the top. Come on, up here. This is just what I've taken here. So we're all over here. We got a couple armies there. We got one guy over in here. We got a couple guys here, and there's a dude running around here. Now, okay. Now these little books in the gash. Where are they? There's got a couple in here where the orcs are. And I got to go across the ocean. The elves look like they have one. And then there's one way up here in the Empire, it looks like, or by the vampire counts. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take a little break here and get a coffee. Yeah. Just a second here. Chat. Get up every hour and move around. Guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. I hope nobody's breaking our community guidelines. That'd be a shame. That's funny. Yeah, we'd hate to, whatever it is. Anyway, yeah. So that's heating up my water, and yeah. You always gotta every hour when you're doing a live stream. I always like to say this. You should just get up and move around for a minute, right? It's good for your body and whatnot, circulation and whatnot. And then you feel better when you're doing a stream, right? In fact, the Guinness Book of World Records, if you want to go and play a game the longest, it's 120 hours. And because of somebody who played Diablo 3 and went 40 hours straight without standing up and put themselves in a hospital, the Guinness Book of World Records says every hour you have to get up for 10 minutes and move around, or you're not going to get in the book. And to think, my playthrough on Diablo 3 here, I went something like 38 hours straight sitting down here and then just cut the videos up. It's just like, that's cool. And the guys that got the 120 hours for playing COD. And to use a euphemism, no, I don't have any Yorkshire tea. If you know the Spiffing Brit, you know about his little thing. Just give me a second here. I gotta also adjust the blinds. Yes, yes, yes. This way, there. Yes, I should invest in some blinds. We got a nice looking set. This back on in a second here. This. On. For a minute. Dun, 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 dun. There. Okay. Now we're back into her. So military alliance. They're gonna give us 600 gold. Okay, why not? They were doing stuff in the eastern mountains over here. See up in here? They're all up in here. So we'll use them to beat up on the orcs up there. So with a military alliance, I don't need to go over here really much. I'll just leave one army down there at the bottom and head north. There's our little allies. There they go. We're gonna start sending armies up this way, and they'll go that way, and we'll go the other way.
Ire of the great king, unwise and fatal for you.
Archon? Look at this. This is my arch enemy, and he wants a peace treaty. No, I don't think so, Archon. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you again. Yes. time to die. Look at your pitiful little armies. That's right. I'm going to go one army up there and one army over there, and then that'll be the end of you. Run. Run away! Run away! Another chaos invasion. I don't know what's going on because I don't have anything up there. See, I've played these guys a little bit offline, or not offline, but non-stream and stuff and non-recorded. So I get a good idea of what they're doing. See, this guy, where is he going now? Oh, he thinks he's going to take... Oh, bad move, buddy. You're on the wrong side of that place. Because look at this. Damn vampire. It's time to die. He tried to steal some technology. Engineer, nice. So this game it's very well done. Okay. They did a bit overcharge on things, I think. And you got to think, Warhammer 1 was pretty good, and then, like, I haven't even installed it, and you don't need it, but I'm gonna install it anyway because there is a campaign you can do with it too, and I want to experience the whole thing. I mean, I paid $54 for these two games, right? And 2 packs of the DLC on sale. Next time it goes on sale, maybe I'll get something else and then do a playthrough for it, you know? That's kind of the... I enjoyed the Lizardman thing, but the problem was that public orders started to annoy me so much that I just kind of... This is now the end of this speech.
Immortality and power. I deign to move.
I have had it with you. Let's see what we want to do here. Definitely. Definitely. Let's start getting militaristic here. Get into the cavalry. Okay, we're going to leave that lord up there. And go back over here and finish this Archon guy off. Oh, this guy leveled sitting there. That's cool. Always like that.
Attend your king, slaves.
He's still growing.
He will.
New armies. New armies. See, one of the neat things I'd like is that, say I get this little game thing going where I change the maps up, make some custom maps and things, and get something going where, okay, Jim, this friend of mine, Jim, that was doing the custom mod for Blender, he was also doing a sci-fi, like a bow system for the mannequin. And it would be neat to add that into the game too, but in a sci-fi way. So instead of shooting arrows, maybe you shoot like bolts of lightning or whatever, and you have different, and then add different characters that people can take. This is where the next step of making it into its own game, and then say getting something like that up at the Epic Store where I say, listen, okay, we took all your free stuff, put it all together, made a neat little game out of this, and
There is no other king.
you know, what do you think we should do here? Do we charge money for this, or you know, like, you know, because this is sort of another thing where, you know, it would be nice to get hardware and better stuff to be able to do stuff custom, right? And with the texture painting, this is where I can go in and color up and do different things and make stuff look differently. And it's one of those things where, yeah, all this free stuff now, you suddenly can make it look different and new. And I had one of the videos there that showed a bunch of the Paragon guys in a,
Not even
in a
Nagash
thing.
can
That's about
challenge me.
half of the character models, right? If you go to Google and look up Paragon game, you will see what they've given out, right? That whole game's worth of things is, we can use it, so why not? And the idea is that if I could do something where, see, the thing is then, if you made something for like an Xbox or a PlayStation, you got to get approved by those guys before you guys with the consoles can enjoy it, right? And I've not exactly been a real big ass friend to Microsoft in this Windows 10 thing either, so that's probably never going to happen. And back in the day of when Sony had its rootkit, there's I'll just give you a little backstory that there were 5 hackers in the world that had this certain rootkit, and it allowed them to see everything that you could be doing on a Windows XP computer. It had a process hider, everything else, blah blah blah. Actually, four people had it. And then one day another guy came by and they gave him a copy but not the source code. And then, you know, a little time went on and the person disappeared, and then suddenly on a certain Sony thing, this kind of appeared so that they could spy on people. And part of the problem was not having the source code. It was hard for them to
There
fix
is no other king.
And the only antivirus software that detected it was a Russian one. You know, it's hard to say bad things about the Russians when they do so many cool things. You know, I got along with them. You know, I've got along with everybody for 20 years. It's the only people that seem to be crotchety sometimes are Americans, but not all Americans are that way. It's just a certain group of them that like to, you know, the John Boltons and stuff. They seem to be a little stuck in the past, right? You know, Russia's democratic.
Not even
if you
Nagash
stop hassling
can
them for
challenge
10 or
me.
15 years, maybe they'll start easing up things and become a little more, you know, yeah. When you threaten people, they get defensive. What can you say? Imagine if we all could share in some of the technology that's going on around there instead of using it for war. Like the U.S. today is launching its first thing for that Space Force today. Yeah, jeez. Let's just take our attitude into space, and see how the first set of aliens that's thousands of years ahead of us starts to think about this shit. It's just we're just asking for it, you know?
Henry, in my image.
I will build a big titanium bubble for all of us. Yes. It'll be my safe space. The hell with all of you. I'm gonna go hide in an egg. Yeah, that's it.
Bow before your king.
Alright, here we go.
Cetra hates.
Dun, 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 dun.
Entomb them. Cetra.
Rock. Some money.
Reap it, but do not linger.
There we go. Ooh, what's this? Did I kill somebody?
There is no other king.
Haha. I leveled. This looks like Archon here. I bet you it is. Is that Archon? Who's it?
My servant fails me.
King biome is...
This is forbidden.
Well.
them.
Do it. And there'll only be him left.
They challenged me to war for Nehekar. Take it all. The desert gods bless me.
Archon must be somewhere else. I have no, he's up there. I see it. Yeah.
I reign.
Running away like a good chicken. Ooh, skeleton chariot. Okay, speed 107. I lose some strength, but I get a charge bonus. Yeah, let's do it, boys. Now, which one of these do I want? Attrition or casualty replacement? Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, yeah. See, next turn I'm all healed. Hee
Greatest.
I'll show you what you do when you want to move around a little. Let's see, I got skeleton steed. Let's start doing this. Okay. Do this first. Let's go around the world. Money. Yep. This. And do growth. Now I'll take care of this numpty up here. Okay, I got an army there. Let's just move in on that and have a look. Absolute lowest graphics you can have in the game. Still looks not too bad. Not terrible anyway. And because it's a lot less laggy, I might be able to turn it a little bit up higher. The thing is, this game really gets intense on your usage things. What's saving me here is having a ton of...
Priest king of greatest dynasty. Onward, soldiers!
Get up there. Numas is about to get free.
My dynasty.
I think we're all done there, right? Oh, I could summon a lord if I wanted. Let's see, do I have one of these? Let's see. No, I don't think I do. Interesting. I could bring him down, but I don't want to. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Enchanted items. Leadership. Ooh, look at that. Causes terror. That's nice. Speed. Ah. That's a nice item. Let's see. Enables poison attacks. Those are wicked. That's crazy stuff. Plus you get the passive ability of regeneration, which is nice. We'll play with this a little bit more later. And go like that. I think we're good. Oh, commandment. Money. And then turn. And we'll pop back to the chat and see how we're doing. Whoa. Yeah. How you doing there, Ba? How you doing? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've decided I'm going to do it or roundabouts at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thereabouts every day for an hour or two. You know, some days I may go longer, some days not, and you know, I may, if I'm not feeling well or my back's bugging me, I'll do a recording instead. That kind of deal. It's kind of like and this is where you know. I'm just surprised we don't see more people on YouTube doing the same kind of thing I am with all this Unreal stuff. And I think the main reason was all the controversy with the Epic Games Store. This so-called exclusivity BS, which all these people were doing. I think, and because one of them I know was trying to say he was a game developer, what he was doing was trying to keep people away so that they can go in there and they can go and grab all the stuff what I'm doing, and the rest of you wouldn't know all the good stuff that Epic's doing, right? And you think if you're the CEO and you're facing people that are doing stuff like that, you're going to get angry, and sometimes he would say the wrong things, and I admit that's a little mix-up on his part. But the thing, by and large, what they're doing is positive. Okay, it's putting pressure on Steam to start doing things. You notice that Steam got a new client version. Steam's got this going. It's pushing them to do stuff because there's competition, right? And I don't see asset flips in the Epic Game Store. I still see asset flips over on Steam. I was just watching a guy talking about this video game that he bought, and they hard code banned him in the game. In other words, when he runs the game inside the game code, right, it will launch and then stop, right? Him and another guy. And the reason why they know that is because they change accounts, fire the game up, and it works. It's not much of a game either. I mean, I could make a game like that in 5 minutes with this stuff at Unreal. And these are people that are getting $500,000 on Kickstarters and crap like this, This is what I'm saying, eh? Everyone's... you pay too much money for this stuff to begin with, How much do you need, right? Where does all this money go that these people have? What are they? What's going on here? You got to wonder. And... That's why a lot of this that I do, I try to make sure that that everything I'm using, there's only a few things that I'm using that's not free, okay? The DaVinci Resolve, I paid for that, and I paid for it when they had a Windows 7 version, and they've gone to Windows 10 only, so the version I have is the last version I'm going to ever get, so. But it's still far more useful than Adobe, and it does 5 different Adobe softwares built into one. I was talking to a professional named Jay Christina who does pro stuff for Hollywood and photography and stuff, and he was trying to get Adobe free, and I mentioned it, and you know what? He's using it now, and he's loving it, and this is the thing, right? All these little pieces of software, when you start going subscription based, you lose people big time. And the big push from Windows that you're going to see is they're going to they've already started doing it with the enterprise people because those people are stupid to begin with. Okay, that's the business community who thinks everything should just be a monthly payment anyway, right? And they put a whole bunch of computers in their lab or wherever, and they just pay Microsoft a monthly fee, not realizing that if I were a shareholder, I'd be saying, why are you doing that? Okay, you're paying them 50 times, 100 times more money than you should be. It's because there is going to be no Windows 11 anymore, and that's part of the problem of, Microsoft it has a shrinking market too on Windows. Like if you look at the entire internet, Android now is 75%. Android Linux is 75% of the market. Okay, and I was talking to a guy who makes apps for Mac people, and I says, why would you want 5% of the entire internet to deal with? I says, is it because Mac people are silly with their money and overpay you with everything you do? And he kind of hinted, yeah. And I said, well, think about it like this. If you have 20 times more people and you charge, a tenth, right? You're actually doubling your money and getting more people to use your stuff. The math didn't brain cell on him, so he's not very brilliant either. And that's the thing, right? And, so this is why one of the things I'm going to be doing is starting to, like, when I get my next PC here, the thing I'll be doing is, it'll probably come with Windows 10 on it, for the DirectX 12. But I may experiment and look at a Linux version, because Blender you can use on Linux, right? What else? A lot of this Unreal stuff you can use on Linux, and because I've used Linux servers and done stuff with it in the past, it shouldn't be much of a learning curve for me to get back into things there. It will mean certain things I'll have to, like, I'll keep this PC for the games it has and certain older software, right? Because that's the thing, right? Every time these people try to do upgrades, they break compatibility so that it forces people to spend money, right? And that's what they're doing. It's a forced economy versus one that naturally ergonomically grows, so to speak. Did he just come down there to attack me?
Address me as your highness.
Well, hold on here. To get an angle on it, dive in here a bit so I can see you. Aim at him. Yeah, him. This guy right here. I'm pointed right at him. Kill him.
My faith in you wanes.
Oh my god, I hate that. Come on. Come on. You can do it, Captain Kirk.
Your king demands. Arrive.
Yeah, that William Shatner, he does have quite a weird sense of humor now that I'm thinking about it. I can't see. What's this guy?
Moving.
Here's my little chariot. That's funny.
The realm of souls fills with my foes.
Chase him around, but we're gonna go up the coastline here. See, this is where it's dangerous, where I just want to do that for a minute. Go somewhere else.
My harem.
This guy needs to die.
All shall perish. Nehekara. Bathe me in power.
There.
Unliving Mars.
Yeah, man. Here we go.
On your knees.
Okay. Okay. That. Now. Let's see here. We got a thing going on over here. This is starting
I
a
serve.
nice little city.
I serve King and Patriarch.
Come on. Come on. Cook the city.
Call me.
The city. Cook the city. There we go. Okay, we'll do that. And this. Now we start getting some really cool units. What else needs to be upgraded here? We'll do this one. Okay, so do we have the one guy down? Oh yeah, there we go. There's that other guy that's pestering things.
The king moves.
Oh, don't tell me you moved over there. Come on.
Destroy them.
That's it. There we go.
To battle
should
for
be
the
the end.
Creator God.
Of you. Okay, now he's moved, right?
Land of the dead.
Going to bring him north.
Stride to greatness. Priest king of greatest dynasty.
Hmm. Gonna put him over here. Just
Is my
guard
throne
our
ready?
eastern borders in case anything silly happens. This game's actually working out pretty good. As soon as you say that, the next turn, everything falls apart on you. This game does that to you, man. It'll be like, a giant hole opens up in the middle of the screen and just eats your capital or some crap. Let's see here. Yeah. Take a little break from all the smoke here. Yeah, and one of the other things I gotta do before I do this roll of cigarette and whatever, take a little 5-minute break here, is I gotta sit down and really do an intro for my channel proper. You know, like all this technology I'm able to use and stuff, and I just haven't done that. You know, I see other people are starting to do some nice things too, and even older people are getting people to do some neat things. So I ran into an older fellow that was into Cinema 4D, that's expensive software, guys, and it does some really high tech modeling for and animation too, and it's got plugins to go right into Unreal. I'll have to talk to the guy and say, hey, you ever want to make a little scene or do something for yourself, or look at the Unreal Engine, what it can do, and if you need help, let me know. That's kind of the thing too. I'm cheap. Oh, and another thing that I was kind of milling around with and um, looking at is I see how a lot of people invest in these green screens and stuff so that they can put stuff in the background, right? The the days of needing that is actually coming to an end. I can actually make um, uh, I think you can do it so that like when you're doing your video, if you can make it transparent except for you, and once that's done, okay, once that's done, um, you can put anything you want into a background and just have you over top of it, okay? And you don't really need a green screen to do that, but you can. There's tricks to do all this stuff with, and think about how much money that would save people. And I seen a guy that did it, and I have to get back, remember who he was, and get back to that. But yeah, back into the game. Lord, not move. Which Lord? Yeah. Do I declare war and go up and beat up on him too? I guess I could. But I'm gonna need some armies over here before I get to there. So we got 3 turns. So we'll just wait on that.
Watches.
Okay. I'm gonna start going up here to attack things. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Bring more armies up here. Put him over here. It would be fun to do some multiplayering with this. Just because us humans think differently than AI, and the AI does some smart things, but it also does silly things all the time. And it has to cheat to make up for it. That's how things work usually.
My glory.
Get over there.
I have arrived.
I have arrived. That's right.
My will be done.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be attacking that once I upgrade it. This is where I slow down a little bit and just start building up my places and stuff, because you're gonna end up getting, you know, like the Empire to the north, and the dwarves are gonna start getting restless. Do I want that or that? Okay. Yeah, just keep floating around. Let's see. Aha! Diamonds. that's just a guard against these This is a Skaven Empire right there. that's not a good. Usually you want to kill all them off, but I didn't get over there quick enough. But we're made nice with them. Yep.
I keep my own counsel.
I bet you do. You're a happy camper. Let's see, what relations do I have with the Orcs?
Relations with foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy, my lord. Consider your situation carefully before accepting any agreement.
Yeah, everybody hates me. Oh no. Where are the Orcs? There they are, greenskins. So... non-aggression, eh? Oh well. Let's keep building them up. Building them up. Bring in my next 2 armies and then deal with it. Yes, 2 scoops of instant coffee per cup. That's the way to do it. I'm awake, I'm awake. And I was saying yesterday, I haven't seen the sun in like 3 or 4 days, and now suddenly it's like so bright your eyes squint. Which isn't a bad thing. You need some sunlight. Gotta get outside once in a while. Run around. Interact with humanity. Tell them how great you are.
Could you possibly offer other than abject subservience?
This will be interesting. Trade agreement. Yeah, okay. Take your money while you give it to me, and then I'll take you out later. I really need to take all these people out in that coastline. And then kill this guy too. I don't like him wandering around out there. He just travels up and down the coast looking at you like, I'm here, I'm here. What's this do? Oh, great. Screwed my magic up for a couple turns. Alright, I'll take that. Now, give me over the coastline. Yeah. Come on.
King of Kings.
Get rid of this guy. No, this one. See ya.
Mighty am I.
I bet you are. Ooh. So I got one of these guys? Can I get one? No, it doesn't work. artillery, boys and girls. No matter what game you're in, it's gotta be artillery. That just strengthens this army up more. Let's go up there and take them out. We'll take this whole continent. And enough of this. That'll be enough of that.
Find my
At the
harem.
same time, so we'll do this. And then next turn we do that.
The dead.
Okay, so. Yep, take him out.
The chariots.
Excuse me.
Destroy all. To war. Sack it. The desert gods bless me.
Okay. Should we bring our armies more to the north? He's got a couple of guys over here. No, that's a different dude. Aha. Where is my army?
My dynasty reigns supreme.
There it is. Head north, boys. Take him up this way.
Obey me.
What do I do here? What do I do? What do I do? I want to do this. And this. Okay. More weapons, eh? Yeah. That's crap. First three of those. And this one down here. Ooh, that looks nice.
Is mine.
He isn't even using a weapon. That's funny. That actually made his weapon strength go down. What the hell? Okay, that's weird. Oh, it's this thing. basic armor. Let's see, we need some armor for him. Okay, let's make some armor for him.
Put off the heat.
Start getting our guys up here. Make one armor. Get over there. It's the crappiest armor you can ever get. Well, might as well. 28, that's why. That. Let's see, hero not moved. We will bypass that. Okay. Next couple turns will be important because I get another couple armies I can start up, so they'll be having stronger units that I can put into them. You know, have to start where these guys are garrisoned, looking at replacing units, strengthening them up, and then gathering a little force, and then just going along here. See, look at this. He's doing things over there. Yeah. That army has to die. It's too much of an annoyance.
Oh, mighty lord, the fates have surely selected you for greatness. Thanks to my guidance, your tremendous power grows, as if driven by some divine power. Your enemies tremble before you.
Oh, they united, eh? Here we go.
Arise, legions.
Put him there.
Legions, move! Cetra is desiccated.
I should go out into the water with this guy. If I run into him, I can take him out.
Moving!
Or we just make big garrisons down here. Yes. Right. Provides a garrison of 6 units. Okay. Let's see. What'll I build there? I already got that. Yeah. Let's see. Put that there. So have to think a little bit here. Okay.
Damn it!
Oh, he's starting to lose life, eh? Ooh, get out of there then. I hate that. Head back over here then.
Legions, move!
That's better. Yeah, don't, it's this thing here that does that to me, and it's killer. It's killer. It's this swampy, bleh. I have to go up and around, I guess. Go up here and beat them up. So let's see, I'm over here by the coastline. Start taking out all these greenskins. What happened to all the other armies I had down here? What are they up to? Okay, got an army there, an army there, an army there. What's going on here?
Address me as your highness.
Okay. This is an upgrade I can do. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Money. Where's this guy?
King of Nehekara.
I'm going to leave him there. Yeah, I remember that now. Scroll down.
Submit.
What's...
On your knees.
Okay, that's this guy here. So this guy... Let's see what we can do for adding troops. Ooh, special stuff. Let's look at this. Okay. Gotta have one of these. That's kind of neat. Okay, so take one of those. Start getting rid of. Let's see. What's the difference here? So you got this 100. You got 35.
done. Priest King of greatest dynasty.
I'm gonna take okay, and then another guy.
Land of the dead.
Okay, and then we'll bring in 2 of these guys. And one of those. That's 4 turns away. Okay.
My father demands it.
Okay, you just stay right there. Okay, next turn. And I'll check out how long this is going. Do a save. We got 2 hours. Okay, that's good enough for a stream here, boys and girls. Yeah. Okay, guys. I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time in the morning. Everybody have a good one. Take care.